Hi Gemini, welcome into your monthly money and career tarot reading for the month of June 2023. I hope you are doing amazing. I said that really weird. But we're going to begin by pulling from this money and career oracle deck, and then we'll move on to the tarot. I'll leave both names of the two decks down below in the description box if you are interested. But we're going to do some shuffling and see what we're beginning with. I'm hearing taking your time. I feel like it's a month where you're not feeling rushed. Or even if you are, you're not giving into it, letting it affect how you approach. And I'm hearing it's not going to affect you're not letting it affect your ability to accomplish, to produce, develop to the best of your ability. And I'm hearing to move ahead, okay, to move forward, to get things rolling or continued. But the Feather card, beautiful. I don't think I've gotten this so far in these monthly readings. Abundance, easy money, and divine intervention. All right, so some of which drawn to the reading are going through a bit of a divine intervention as far as where you're living, where you're working. It could be both. I feel like that's very rare for this reading, but I do feel as if the main aspect of this card that's speaking to your month as a whole is abundance, easy money. Spirit saying this abundance that you're experiencing throughout the month is not just easy money, but that's a huge part of it. I do feel like there's unexpected income, times when you see a door effortlessly open up and being reminded that's when something's really meant for you. When something progresses, grows, and continues in a very productive, successful way, and I feel like makes you money all the meanwhile. This is going to be a reminder that when things don't feel forced, when they feel healthy, productive, and successful again all the meanwhile, and you benefit by gaining rewards through it, even if, say, it's a living situation and you benefit rewards in the sense of comfort and happiness, right? Having that security and safety all the meanwhile. And so I feel like some of which might be reevaluating another situation involved in your money and career, because another situation is doing well, okay, or is working for you. Some of which are thinking about how to make more money. I'm hearing passive income, but light work, air-related, and undecided travel. For some of which drawn to the reading, there's an air sign, a Gemini, another Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra that you're working with and or living with, and they are not okay to be messed with, is what I'm hearing. I feel like there's somebody a bit stubborn, annoying, somebody that's not your taste and energy. And I feel like this is taking a focus, at least at certain points throughout the month. And this might be part of the reason why you're reevaluating that situation. But steady income, the frame card, as well as organizing and accomplishments. I do feel like there's a picture perfect situation that you're envisioning, potentially looking up options for, whether it's a move of residence, it could be a new car, it could be a new work situation. Say it's where you want to run your business, where you want to work, it's a different company. It could be, say, you foresee yourself being happier and having more the ability to exceed your potential in a different department within the same company. Of course, it's going to look differently for everybody, but it's a month where you're reminded that you deserve this steady income flowing in, right? Plus some. And so I feel like as the ball is rolling, as the money's flowing in easily for the most part, as things are progressing for you in the way they're meant to, you just can't help but think about, well, how can I increase this even more, right? But there's also going to be a focus on you needing to have self-discipline, whether this is more so in regards to spending habits, over consuming, and that affecting the quality of your work or your motivation or just your well-being overall, your happiness. I'm hearing when at home and potentially at work. I do feel like for some this is more in regards to getting things done, right? Say you're working from home, or even you're just running a business in general, or you just are have to be, you know, motivated at work, a very independent vibe. I'm hearing self-contracted. You're going to projects is now what I'm hearing. You need to have self-discipline and just buckle down and do it when you intuitively feel it's the right time, or when you just need to, right? And I do feel a sense of relief and I'm hearing comfort once you do have that sort of checked off your to-do list. and tied up with a bow, right? So I do feel like it's a month where things are going to need to be broken down. So if you're stressing about deadlines or the month as a whole, saving a certain amount of money, let's break it down, right? Whether it's into increments, different amounts that you want to save up, and just, those will add up into a larger sum, obviously, getting you further towards your goal. It could be obviously you needing to just break down the month and realistically look at, or even break down the week, right? If things are overwhelming you, or you feel like you just have a lot to accomplish, things are getting ahead of you, or you feel like you're just really behind, just try to, I'm hearing reel it in, but at the same time, break it down, okay? But at other points in the month, interestingly enough, you're going to be pushed to look at the larger picture, and pushed to step back and look at where you work or where you live, your business, and ask yourself, is this proceeding in a healthy direction for me? Is this actually still working for me? And is there something I can do personally within my control to improve this situation moving forward, or to make it more comfortable, to become more successful, to expand things? Or is it something I should just shift away from when the time is right for me, right? When you intuitively feel that out. Anyways, I do feel as if you're going to be reminded of a rough patch from your Gemini past when it came to a job, if not multiple, that was toxic or just rough, hard on you is what I'm hearing. Some of which physically, but I feel like emotionally and just it was draining. But this could have been a rough patch when it came to your home life. And I really feel like this is going to push you to necessarily gain or get back to a healthy perspective on what's at hand. I feel like this is a situation you either don't see switching up, or you just need to remember something about that to benefit you in that current situation, or you just feel as if this situation can't be removed from your life, or you can't be removed from it just yet. So this will help you perspective wise and accomplishment wise, continuing wise, to make the best until the best, right? I feel like some of which need to come to a realization, but some of which are thinking about borrowing money. I'm hearing don't apply for the loan. If you are meant to apply for a loan for one reason, if not multiple, you're going to find that this isn't the month for it. You'll feel out whether it's more so in July or August. But let's move on to the Tarot of Dreams. I feel as if there's a huge focus on your independence, being self-employed, feeling as if some of which drawn to the reading don't want to be employed by somebody else or a company no longer, want to go back to entrepreneurship, or make that your sole priority if you already have something going, or you just are being reminded why you love to be an entrepreneur, okay? To continue for Gemini, the Seven of Cups and the Palace of Cups. I'm hearing a warm situation, but something that's not fulfilling, whether it's at home, at work, it could be what you're more so accomplishing, but this talking about a location being attached to or involved in that, or just what that's speaking about. But I also feel like I think this came up, I want to say, in one of the other signs. You're very much emotionally detached, at least for the most part, to what you are accomplishing, where you're working, making something work for you, and that's going to help you. But I also feel like you, at the same time, are a little bit emotional potentially in regards to something you want. And you're going to be reminded that your best bet for making that come to fruition, manifesting it all the meanwhile, seeing it come to be, is to detach yourself just in the same way you are when it comes to where you are at this point, or rather what you're accomplishing again, and for your job for some, and that will help things feel lighter in that process. But this, again, if we didn't say it already, is speaking upon all you have to accomplish. If you are thinking about a new situation, whether it's, again, a switch up in residence, it could be a new job, where to run your business, some of which brainstorming, sorry, it's very humid here, some of which brainstorming for ideas for a new business, This is going to be a month that reminds you on a multitude of levels at multiple times that you have so many options, right? What is going to be right for you? It's another kind of month where you're wholeheartedly going to be pushed and need to just simply trust your intuition. Feel out situations if you're going for a job interview or checking out a new place to live or that new vehicle. Everything has energy and how it's going to feel for you. Of course, that can change moving forward, but that's life. But as long as you trust your intuition, you can feel out certain levels of toxicity and just a potential dangerous investment is what I'm hearing, or just not the best one for you. But I also feel like at work, it could be at home, but it feels more work oriented for a lot. There's going to be one of multiple people, if I could speak, that is not to be associated with. I don't know if we could go as far as saying they're not to be trusted, potentially, and they might approve this to you. But at the very least, I don't feel like it's going to help your overall focus level or your well-being. It's not going to help your ability to get things done properly, right, and to the best of your ability. I feel like you're thinking about acquiring a set of keys or one key individually. That could be for a multitude of things. I'm getting some of what you're thinking about investing in a PO box, something of the sort for your business or just in general. I feel like you're also thinking about that move of residence once again. That could be talking about the keys for being a key holder for your job for some. It could be for a desk. Okay, I don't know why that's coming through. Spiritual meaning of a beetle is coming through as well. And I also am getting a ladybug. So I feel like there's a sense of luck being on your side throughout the month. And if you choose to intuitively move towards something new for you when the time is right. But I do feel like for some of what it's really easy at certain points to compare certain calm, chill moments throughout the month at work, at home, in general in your life to really abrupt times, noisy moments, disturbing energy. I'm hearing spiritual messing with for some. And I do feel like this is just, it's pushing you to think. But I also feel like you're going to need to control your Gemini mind to the point where the overthinking doesn't get carried away and you don't second guess yourself or what you're feeling and even what you already know, okay? However that comes through for you. But the Seven of Swords, because I feel like you're being quite to yourself. This could be you feeling, for whatever reason, or just feeling it's best to keep to yourself at work, at home, just not really feeling very sociable throughout the month for the most part, or just you don't really vibe with most of the people you work with. But I do feel like either way, you are very much keeping it on the down low as to what you're mulling over, what you're considering, or what you've already decided, what you're investing in for some, or just changing in general, right? For some of which you're thinking about, again, starting a business or expanding your current one. And I do feel like this is, or making an investment for it, okay? And this is definitely not escaping your lips is what I'm hearing, okay? I do feel like there's a potential for some of which drawn to the reading to have a dream of importance about something you're considering. I'm getting that very specifically. Yeah, you're protected with the Four of Swords, but I also feel like it's very important, regardless of how motivated you feel for the most part throughout the month, what goal or goals you have that you really want to, I'm hearing on the board, that you really want to hit the target for, right? Fulfill, complete. You need to find time to heal and rest. Overworking yourself, as I'm showing the Devil card, is not an option, okay? Find balance and know your limits. You're not an Energizer Bunny, okay? And then the moments when you don't feel any motivation whatsoever, or very limited motivation, very little, there's going to be something to realize or remember about you or what you're meant to or want to accomplish. Does that make sense? So keep an eye out for that. But the Nine of Wands and the Page of Cups, yeah, I mean, I do feel like there are times when you're feeling burnt out, but I feel like you're, again, being reminded of a past chapter, if not multiple, when you, okay, were treated poorly at home and or at work, or when things just were a bit rough for you. And this, again, will help you with a healthy perspective, but may prevent you from making a similar mistake where you're at, what you're wrapped up with, or when it comes to what you could potentially invest in or Fool card energy jump into or fall back into, okay? We need you to be strategic about that. But with the Page of Cups, I feel like you can't help but think about new beginnings, or one in particular. You can't help but think about fresh energy, right? Wanting to meet new people, explore the world, some of which thinking about travel, okay? Wanting to experience new things. But I feel like at the same time, you do have in the back of your head, I need security, I need to stay busy, I need to get this done, I do just need to keep the money flowing in. And I feel like you're going to need to prioritize stuff like travel and hearing leisure and yeah, over your financial comfort at certain points moving forward in order for you to fully live your life. But I do feel as if you are thinking about, with the Page of Cups, beginning again, or just shifting things in the right direction for you in one way, if not multiple ways, for more fulfillment. All right. Anyways, let's continue. I'm also hearing if there is a level of disappointment when it comes to rejection for one reason or another, when it comes to an opportunity that doesn't actually reach back out to you, or doesn't follow through with their offer, or something isn't continuing in the way that you thought it would or it should. This is going to lead to something better down the line, and you need to keep this in mind. This might have already, it might feel like a continuing process, right? Something you've been continuing, but for some, this is beginning at a certain point throughout the month, and this is going to end up helping you be led to something better, healthier, I feel like, potentially where you can exceed your potential or just be more comfortable, happier, to say the very least. Yeah, look at this. I'm hearing large money, large money. And I do feel like this is, again, speaking upon an investment and or a new career opportunity for you. Some of which are thinking about how, if I want to save up this amount of money, I should probably start a side hustle or get a part-time job and be busier, but I already feel like I have a lot on my plate. Or you might be thinking about how you should be picking up extra shifts or putting in extra work for your business to expand things quicker and to make more money. But I feel like, again, there's a need to not burn yourself out and recognize that that could have negative implications, results down the line, right? You might even get less accomplished in the end, or make something come to an end. Okay, anyways, the Nine of Coins, because I do feel like this is, again, speaking upon your independence, you standing strong in all that you foresee for yourself. It's like you have a vision, but don't be surprised if by the end of the month, or even sooner than that, right, you're going to see your vision for your career or for your business, for your living situation where you're living. This could develop, it could change, right? And that's not a bad thing. But I feel like all the meanwhile, you're thinking about, for some, living somewhere with better climate for you, or just a healthier lifestyle, somewhere less expensive, or you could be thinking about where to live where it's more expensive, wanting to live a better lifestyle, wanting more for yourself, and you're being reminded you have options. But is it right for you? Only you can really answer that question, but you might gain some small bits of guidance in certain ways throughout the month from Spirit. So keep an eye out for that. I wouldn't be surprised if there are a ton of synchronicities, seeing angel numbers, not just on the clock or the timestamp, but price tags and stuff like that, okay? I'm hearing billboards and on license plates, to be specific. But the Three of Cups and the Seven of Wands, because I do feel like even though you have a lot coming towards you, even though it's a very busy, productive month where you could feel like that Nine of Wands by the end in certain ways, it's going to feel very rewarding all the meanwhile, and there's going to be reasons to celebrate. I feel like if you've been struggling to find a specific opportunity, feeling a level of stagnancy in that process, or just kind of a blockage feeling quite present, or partially, there's a releasing of that blockage, or you just feel or you see at a certain point, hearing back from multiple opportunities, or you just start to see new posts for an apartment or a housing situation, or for that job that seems more ideal for you, or a business location, and it's like, oh, I have so many choices now, different fresh opportunities to explore and again, intuitively move towards when the time is right. But I also feel like some of which there's something that is time limited, right? You can't say sit around for a week or two or the whole month on a job offer or a job posting. It may not be there anymore. They obviously aren't going to wait around forever. This could be in regards to snatching up a place to live, and making the right offer, or just putting the money forth, okay? But again, it's a month where you're having so many reasons to celebrate. Money is on the mind, to say the very least. Change is on the mind, but your success is taking such a priority at certain points. I feel like it's a month where you remember your worth in regards to and what you're deserving of in regards to the comfort, the happiness that stems from where you live and or where you work, okay? What you do for your career, deserving a fulfilling, successful career where as things progress and proceed in certain ways throughout the month, you're going to see your money and career situation slowly but surely improve, I want to say. And I feel like there's even more of that in the upcoming months. But I feel like throughout the month, as your independence shines and you have a lot to accomplish, and again, you have a lot of options, you should be so damn proud of yourself, all right? So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Definitely go enjoy the month of June, and I'll definitely see you next time.